Imagine this. A woman is screaming for help outside your window. You hear her cries clear as day. Something terrible is happening. You look around, but so do other 30 people. But no one moves, no one calls for help, no one helps. You tell yourself someone will help, but what if everyone thinks that and no one actually does anything? This is the story of Kitty Genovese, the murder that shook the world in 1964, and the psychological experiments that followed that revealed the most disturbing truth of all. Evil doesn't always win because of bad people, it wins because good people stay silent. It's March 13, 1964 in New York City. A 28-year-old woman named Kitty Genovese finished her late shift at the bar and drives home to her quiet apartment in Queens. She parks her car, steps out, and starts walking toward her door. A man appears, Winston Mosley, a stranger. He stabs her in the back. Kitty screams, "Oh my God, he stabbed me, please help me." Lights turn on in the apartment window above. Curtains move, people look out. Someone yells, "Hey, leave that girl alone." The attacker pauses, looks around, then walks away. But then he comes back. Twice, he attacks again, this time killing her in the stairwells. All this took over half an hour, and later reports said 38 people heard or saw parts of it, yet no one came down to help. When the story first broke out, it spread like wildfire. How could 38 people watch a woman die and do nothing? The newspaper at the time called it proof that society had become cold and heartless. But psychologists wanted to understand the why. Was it fear? Was it apathy? Or something deeper, something built into human nature itself? So two young researchers, Darley and Bibb Latané, decided to find out, and what they discovered changed how we understand morality forever. They started simple. Volunteers came to a room, told they were there for a survey. They filled out forms while quietly smoke began to fill the room. When a person was alone, almost every single one reported it immediately. But when the person was sitting with other people, secretly actors pretending nothing was wrong, only 1 in 10 got up to report it. Most participants just sat there coughing, fanning the air, glancing at others, but staying put. Their logic, if it were that serious, someone else would say something. Next, they made it even more real. Students were told to join an online discussion over an intercom system. Each in separate rooms. One of the voices, a young man, mentioned he had epilepsy. Halfway through the conversation, his voice suddenly stuttered. I'm having a seizure. I need help. Then choking noise. Then silence. The test was simple. Would anyone leave their room to go and help this chap? When the students thought they were the only witness, 85% of them rushed to help. When they thought there were other 5 people listening too, only 30% of them did. Same event, same suffering. But the more people they were, the less anyone acted. This became known as the Bystander Effect. Why does this happen? 3 main forces combine to shut us down. One is diffusion of responsibility. When you are alone, the responsibility is clear, it's yours. But when other people are around, that responsibility spreads out and dissolves. Everyone assumes someone else will handle it. Number 2, social proof. Humans look to other people to decide what is normal. If everyone seems calm, you convince yourself it's fine, even when it's not. People mirror inaction and silence become contagious. And number 3, fear of judgment. We hesitate because we are scared of looking foolish. What if I'm overreacting? What if it's none of my business? That tiny moment of doubt can be the difference between life and death. Darley and Latané's work proves something chilling. It's not cruelty that stops us from helping, it's uncertainty multiplied by a crowd. You don't need a murder in Queens to see the bystander effect. It's everywhere. Online, people watch someone gets bullied or harassed in the comments, but scroll past because it's not my problem. In public, someone collapses in the crowd and everyone stands frozen, filming, taking pictures. We've all seen these videos. In school, a student gets picked on while classmates stayed quiet. No one wants to be the first to speak up, so no one does. The even bigger problem is that now we can witness suffering from miles away through a screen, which makes it even easier to feel like someone else will step in and help. But here is what most people don't realize. Not helping doesn't make you neutral. It makes you part of the system that allowed harm to happen. When you do nothing, you send a silent message. This is acceptable. That's why every act of cruelty, from workplace bullying to genocide, relies on one psychological fact. Most people will look away. And it's not that the world is full of villains, it's full of bystanders. There is also some good news. The bystander effect, you can break it once you understand it. Number 1, name it out loud. When you see something wrong, Even saying, "Hey, is anyone helping him?" can snap people out of paralysis. Once someone speaks, others usually follow. Number 2, make eye contact and assign responsibility. If you are in a crowd, point to someone and say, "Hey, you in the red t-shirt, call 999. That single act breaks diffusion of responsibility. Now it's someone's clear job. Number 3, trust your gut, not the crowd. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't wait for everyone else to agree before you act. Number 4, take the small risk. You might look silly once, but you will save someone someday, and the people who froze will wish they had your courage. We think danger brings people together, but unless someone takes the first step, it usually does the opposite. The bystander effect is not a story about monster, it's a story about hesitation and how hesitation kills. And you don't have to be brave for long, you just have to be brave enough to move first. Once you do, others will follow. They always do. Because the truth is, courage is contagious, but so is the silence. Next time you hear cry for help on the street, online, anywhere, don't wait to see what everyone else will do. Be the one who breaks the silence. If this story made you rethink what silence really cost, hit subscribe to The Dark Mirror, and I'll see you on the next one.